People. Que pasa, suck passe, what they do. First part of the video is called These Dancehall Artists, They Are Dropping Like Flies. Correction. These trap dancehall artists, scammer/artists, they are dropping like flies. Now people, I am speaking about an incident that occurred in a place called Claremont that is in St. Anne, where it is official an up-and-coming artist, government name Mario Penado, think that he was 27-year-old at the time of his demise, known affectionately in the business as Crown Boss. Based on the information, it is said that Crown Boss checked into a motel in a St. Anne on Friday. At about 7 p.m., all sorts of loud explosions were heard. When the Popo came upon the scene, his friends came upon the scene. He was out, hit multiple times in the upper body, upper torso, in a them sorts of region there. He did not make it. DEAD on arrival on the spot. Now people, based on the information, it is said that this man is known in the game that is called Chopper. This man is known in the game that is called scamming, lottery scamming to be specific. What happens is that these scammers, they are now laundering the money and pulling themselves off to be artists and going legitimate. And people, you have to give credit where credit is due. If somebody is trying to change their life and go legitimate, there is nothing wrong with that. However, whenever you're doing music and still dibbling and dabbling in criminality, it always comes back to haunt you. Like I've always said, the good that you do, it follows you. The bad that you do, it always haunts you. Now people, I have the video when this man was on the ground and his friends, his cumbolo, his fellow scammers, girlfriend, matey, whatever, they were screaming off their head. They must say, a pie get pie up. However, they were just making a whole bunch of noise because too late was the call. So people, that was Crown Boss. One person, one artist that is dropping like fly. There's a next artist, his name is Donn G. Donn G was also taken away. Donn G is from a place that is called Mount Pelia, that is in St. James. Mount Pelia and Mount Carey, there's all sorts of gang war going on. Donn G is on one side, then there's also a place called Top Hill. In the past, the Popo made some sort of big raid and they picked up 6 people. They also seized a tool. It is said that Donn G was on the run. Donn G was hiding for his life because of all of the mix-up that his name was being implicated in as it pertains to Mount Pelia, Mount Carey. So therefore, him kinda get hot. However, Donn G also lost his life. And people, just trace back. There was an artist that lost his life in Westmoreland a couple of months ago. That artist's name is Paparazzi. Paparazzi was taken out in a hail of bullets. Paparazzi is a typical scammer/artist, how they meet their demise. Based on information, it is said that Paparazzi and Donn G, they were also in the same circle, same mix-up. They voice at the same studio. Now people, if that is not bad enough, our next artist also known as Father God. Father God was what you call a top chopper, a top shotter. / wannabe artist, up and coming artist, Father God also lost his life. Now people, like I said, whenever persons are trying to change their life for the better, we have to give them some amount of credit. However, when you decide that you're going to entangle, engage, mix up in a dirty bungle, as in scamming, the worst set of, I wouldn't even call it hustlers, thieves, crooks, yellow belly, cockroach, snakes, backbiters in the history of hustling are illegitimate business in Jamaica. There's usually two places that you end up. You maybe end up in both, but definitely you're going to end up in one of the two. And those two, the big yard and the graveyard, because of the deeds that you do. Whenever you go out and you scam elderly people, take advantage of the most vulnerable, gullible in society, especially when those persons are from America, especially when a place like America hold or puts its elderly on a pedestal in their golden age, especially when there's what we call paper trail. Bad blessing, it is always going to follow you. And whenever you compound that with the fact that you are the person that are mostly responsible for most of the MURDERS in Jamaica, we are talking about bad blessing, Pantapa, bad blessing. We are speaking about Karma, FedEx, Express service. So therefore, persons should not be surprised when people like these lose their life. If you live by the GUN, you should also DIE by the GUN. Simple as that. Point blank and period. Now people, when we think about the type of lifestyle that these youths live, the type of topics that they speak about, sing about, the stuff that they glorify, it is nothing short of immoral, unethical. I am speaking about scamming. I am speaking about robbery. I am speaking about MURDER. I am speaking about having your young daughters, young women, and treating them like nothing less than HORES, like a piece of filth. However, people, this also speaks volume of what society likes. It also speaks volume of who are the role models in society. Dancehall artists, social media influencers. I am not speaking about the decent social media influencers as in Tommy and Wayne Marshall. Now me I talk about the Ivani. Me I talk about the Nicky Chromas. Me I talk about top choppers and top sketelinas. These are the persons that these music targets. And people, the sad situation is that it is not the minority, it is the majority. So therefore, wherever there is demand, there is going to be supply. So therefore, these artists, as disturbing as it sounds, they are filling a void. They are filling something that is in high demand. This type of music, because whenever you go anywhere in Jamaica, listen, that is all you hear. Trap music, trap dancehall, whatever you want to call it. Now people, there's a saying that goes something like this. One cannot argue with success. You cannot debate success because it is obvious. And it is obvious that it is working for these artists. It is obvious that they are getting the buzz. It is obvious that they are the artists that everybody wants to see in a Jamaica. However, people, there's also a thing that is called big fish in a little pond. Because the truth and the fact is that outside of the shores, the borders of Jamaica, nobody else listen to that trap. However, people, the most important thing in all of this is that when are these artists going to learn? Listen, you cannot do both. You cannot be a gangster, a gunman, a MURDERER, and think that it is sustainable. Think that you are going to live forever. It is going to be a long-lasting career. No, people. You are headed down a slippery slope. You are headed down a path of sure destruction. And you've had many examples. May I talk about Crown Boss? May I talk about Don G? May I talk about Paparazzi? May I talk about Father God? The latest victims. And people, all of them, same lifestyle. All of them glorify the same sorts of thing. All of them end up in the same predicament. Next patient, same result. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.